This is Bruce Boudreau, head coach of the Vancouver Canucks, and it's time for Clay's Canucks commentary live. Let's go with Clay right now.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks commentary live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I am Canuck Clay Emo, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It is Tuesday night, November the 29th. And I'm happy that you are here. I'm not very happy at all with the result of tonight's game. Very disappointing, but we're going to get to it. The Canucks lose 5-1 to the visiting Washington Capitals. Lots to get into for this game. And tonight, because it is Tuesday night, I have my prayer hour at midnight. So I will have to cut this off at around 11:30, 11:35 at the absolute latest. So moderators, thank you in advance. Members, legends, Hall of Fame members and franchise members, thanks to all of you and everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, whether you're in my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, in the city, in the Lower Mainland, in the province, in the country, on the continent, or around the world. Thank you for being here. You know I don't take you for granted. You know I know that you could be watching anything else, doing anything else, but the fact you are here with me, I appreciate you. So, as always, I invite you to subscribe so you can leave comments in the chat section. I invite you and to like the video. And I know you're not liking the fact that the Canucks got blitzed tonight, but you're liking the fact that we are still together. We are still hanging out, win or lose. Win or lose, we still come together. The fact that we got some snow, I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know if you want to like that fact. But yes, please subscribe. Please like the video. You can leave donations, get the donation train going. You can gift memberships, upgrade your membership, become a member. And then, like I said, the most important thing is to indeed leave comments. As well, if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. I appreciate that as well. And don't forget, I go for the first 10 or 15 minutes. Then I will turn it over to all of you. So I'm disappointed for a number of reasons. I'm disappointed because, by the way, and yeah, feel free to, I might not get your comments right away, but if something catches my eye or if you say something really nice to me, welcome Tommy from Texas. I think that's a new name I see in here. So welcome. I'm glad that you're here, Tommy. Thanks for being here. So, Tommy, I'm going actually to Dallas in February to speak at a youth conference. I've been to San Antonio. I've been to Fort Worth. I've been to Houston. And I've been to Dallas. I don't know if you live in anywhere of those places. I was excited. I had a dance move ready. I know you guys just can't get enough of me dancing, such as the gritty. But I had a dance ready because every time the Canucks won, after 3, I was gonna do a new dance. So I will have to save that. The Canucks will have to go yet on another 3-game win streak. By the way, there's 30 of you in here. Thank you. There's only 7 likes. Let's bump that up. Let's get that algorithm, that YouTube algorithm going. But yes, I was ready to dance, but I guess the Canucks did not want me to dance. No, I don't think they care if I dance or not. And it took me 2 hours to get home. Our bowling got canceled. So I was usually bowl on Tuesday nights. I was ready to go, but didn't bowl. So I had to get a couple of work things done. And then it took me 2 hours to get home. I left at 6:15, got home at 8:15. That's pretty bad. It only takes me 25 to 30 minutes usually to Richmond. I was really busy around the bridges, but then I know that people that live in Surrey and Coquitlam, it's a lot harder for them. The Alex Fraser Bridge got closed today, and I know people that are taking 5-6 hours to get home, which is absolutely ridiculous. So if you were commuting at all, traveling at all, I hope that you got to where you needed to get to safely. And if you're at the arena, either working or watching the game, I hope you indeed got home safely as well. I know Jason was there with legendary Andrew Chang, so I'm glad they got to hang out. I wish they saw the win. I wish they saw a Canucks win, because I was so excited that the Canucks were going to get to 500. They're going to get into a wild card position. So it's I don't know if inexcusable is the right word. And I'm not super frustrated because the Canucks have gone on a really good run recently, climbing all the way up to 1 game within 500, right? They won 5 out of 6, and they beat Vegas and Colorado as part of that, and LA. So I'm not going to sit here and say this team sucks or this team stinks. I didn't see the first period, first period and a half because I was driving home in the snow. So I can't. Yeah, but I did watch the highlights. I talked to Jason, who was at the game. I talked to my son Sean, who watched the entire game from home, and I don't know. Maybe you guys can help me out in the chat. I don't know if you think the Canucks weren't ready to play, or if they were just overwhelmed by Alex Ovechkin, or how about this one? They made a couple of stupid mistakes. Maybe that was the thing. So, but I'm not going to say it was inexcusable because they have gone on a good run. Was tonight's effort disappointing? A little bit, considering how good of a run they've been on, and I guess what was at stake. They weren't going to make the playoffs just because of tonight, but it's sure a lot better when you're 500 as opposed to 2 games under 500, which they are right now. So then I look at the box score. I won't go out the goals really quickly. The first one, Ovechkin, Quinn Hughes with a really poor turnover. He's been really good with the puck this year, but a poor turnover, and then Ovechkin puts it past Spencer Martin, who I'm sure was very surprised that Ovechkin had the puck right in front of him. Second goal by Ovechkin. Yeah, Anthony Mantha. Mo Mantha's a very old player. Anthony Mantha gets over the blue line pretty easily, gets it over to Strome, who gets over to Ovechkin, puts it through Martin. I watched it a couple times. I'm not sure if it went through his legs or if it went underneath his blocker. Regardless, it went through Martin. I know Ovechkin's got a really good shot, but I think Martin's got to save that. I really do. He was square. He was there. He was ready, but it just got through him. So uncharacteristic. 2 goals for Ovechkin within 6 minutes. And that second one put him past Wayne Gretzky for all-time road goals and puts him, I think, only 9 away from Gordie Howe. So he's getting there. Just got to pass Howe and then Gretzky. Hoglander makes it 2-1, cuts the lead in half. A really nice play. Miller holds the puck in on the boards. And then a good pass. Miller's a good passer, good hockey IQ, good vision. Gives it to Hoglander, and Hoglander cuts across the crease and puts it in. Really nice goal. And Hoglander's got to do more of that to win Bruce Boudreau's favor. Oh, Kaya. Yes, I did not get a chance to see Game Over tonight because I was shoveling snow in my what do you call it? Outside in my driveway and in our complex. So I will watch your show later. I hope it went well. Thanks for popping in tonight. Yeah, what was the mood like, Kaya? Tell me what the mood was like in your... Oh, and you just submitted a research paper, which is impressive. Tell me what the mood was like in Game Over Vancouver, but I will go watch it later tonight. Then Anthony Mantha. This one was tough because Mantha hits Pettersson behind the net. Pettersson tried to do one of his patented reverse hits, but I think actually it wasn't Mantha, it was Lars Eller who was ready for it. Actually puts Pettersson on the ground, on the ice. And I know at first glance it looks like that was PD's fault because he gave away the puck. But if you watch the replay, the puck goes on the boards, and Tyler Myers had every opportunity to get that puck. He really did. But he was slow to it. He wasn't strong on it. And Johansson beats him to it, pokes it back to Mantha, pokes it out, and then Mantha is right there to put it past Martin. So Martin, the first goal and the third goal, I think he was really shocked at how quickly the puck got in front of him and then past him. John Carlson then scores in the second period, and that was a pretty weak attempt by the Canucks. Pettersson not really checking hard. Brock Besser, there's so many times where I've seen Besser caught flat-footed, and if you watch the replay of that goal, you'll see that. And then a shorthand empty net goal. Canucks pulled their goalie with 7 minutes left, which was quite aggressive, and I didn't mind it actually. If you're down 3-1, down by 3 actually, 4-1, you get one, then it's 4-2. It gets a little bit interesting, and if you let one in, but they actually they killed off three, not killed off. They went 3.5 minutes with the goalie pulled it without Washington scoring. So 5-1 final, and you look at the box score. The shots were even, 32-28. Faceoffs were even. Power plays, no one scored. Capitals went 0 for 1. Canucks went 0 for 3. So you're happy that the Canucks killed off the Washington one, but you want the Canucks to convert at least one of their 3. But the one that sticks out, of course, is the big -5 for Pettersson. And it sticks out for a number of reasons. -5, that means he was on the ice for every single one of the Washington goals. And it also sticks out because we were just starting to have conversations about, could PD be a Selke nominee for best defensive forward? And then you're not going to win a Selke if you're -5 very often. So on off night, we're not going to complain too much. PD has been the Canucks MVP. by far this season, but it was an off night for him. We have to call a spade, and therefore his line mates had an off night too. Both Mikheyev and Kuzmenko were -3s. Then Besser was -2. So there, you add those all up. Those are your 8, 11, 13. Yeah, those are basically your forwards for the 5 Washington goals. And then Kyle Burrows had a rough night at a -3 as well. So I don't know. Curtis Lazar had 5 hits. Didn't have any shots or anything, but he had 5 hits. Went 5 for 6 in the faceoff circle, 15 minutes of ice time. And I saw him get some third line minutes. I saw him centering Garland and Besser a couple times. Garland only gets 13 and a half minutes. He was actually the low man when it came to ice time. So maybe actually, now that I think about it, I think it was Lazar. No, it was Lazar sometimes with Dries and Besser. Sometimes it was Lazar with Garland and Besser. But I did see Lazar bumped up to that third line a little bit. So maybe Bruce Boudreau was obviously trying anything and everything to make it work. 2 other things. Let's talk about Alex Ovechkin. Of course, it's always fun. I talked about this in my vlogs. It's always fun when Ovechkin comes to town, and he did not disappoint. He had chances for the hat trick, hit the outside of the post on the empty netter, had some other chances as well, and the crowd would have gone crazy. But Ovechkin, only 16 minutes of ice time, yet very, very effective. 5 shots on goal and 2 goals in those 5 shots. And the last thing I want to talk about really is Spencer Martin. And if you know, on Canucks After Dark, Parker and I had a pretty good chat about. We had a good chat about. Don't worry, Kai. Didn't know it was a -5. I kept saying it was -4 because that's what I had heard before the broadcast. Maybe they changed it afterwards. So don't worry. -4 and -5, both are pretty bad. What I was going to say is Parker and I talked about Martin versus Demko, and I thought that the Canucks should go with Demko. Parker said it would make sense if they went with Martin, and that's fine. Parker ended up being right because Boudreau indeed started Martin, obviously, and he said that obviously he's more confident in Martin right now, and in essence, Martin, in his eyes, probably gave them a better chance to win. I said there's no sentimental value in saving Demko for the Florida game. It doesn't really matter who. There's no connection to Luongo or the Sedin, so it's not like anything like that. But I think it's pretty clear that we'll see Demko on Thursday night against Florida. You see 5-1, you think, oh, that doesn't look so good. But then one of them was an empty netter. And so then there's only 4 goals. And I'd say 2 of them, Martin didn't really have a chance. The first one and the third one of them off an Ovechkin giveaway, the other one off a PD/Myers giveaway. Yeah, I'm trying to give it to Myers. But the 4th goal, I want to talk about really quickly. Because the Washington skaters were getting around our guys quite easily. Remember, I've talked about before, when you don't trust your defense, you become over aggressive. You kind of overcommit to angles. So if you watch that 4th goal, you'll see that Martin comes out way too far to his right. So when Carlson shoots it, it actually goes over Martin's shoulder, and he leaves a lot of room on the left side. So again, I'm not blaming Martin at all. I'm not saying that the Canucks would have won this game. You could have put a brick wall behind them, and then the Canucks might have been hard-pressed to win this game. So I'm certainly not saying that they should have played Demko, but Martin didn't have the strongest game ever. I'd say 1st and 3rd goals weren't his fault. 2nd and 4th goals were his fault, if I may. So I'm going to get to your comments in a second, but I'll start with this one. Says, Clay is always so positive, but really I've seen way worse games this season in person. This wasn't that bad. And yeah, no, I appreciate Jason's, and I trust Jason because not only is he the best sponsor in the world, but he understands the game. He goes to a lot of the games, so he's seen a lot of games, and I trust his eye. So if he says that the Canucks weren't, and yeah, by shots on goal, by possession, by faceoffs, they weren't that bad, but Washington certainly made them pay with their turnover. So Jason says this wasn't that bad compared to other games. Who am I to disagree? Canucks fans, let's get to the mid-show sponsor read. This is your cue to start typing in some questions for me and maybe your comments, your observations. What went wrong for the Canucks today? Oh, one thing before we get into that. I know a bunch of you have asked me both privately and publicly my thoughts on the Rachel Dory situation. I talked about it quickly in my vlog today. She's starting to make the media rounds. She did Sakarison Price and Donnie and Dolly today. I watched both of those interviews in their entirety. And obviously, Rachel Dory is not afraid to go public because the complaint she lodged with the Human Rights Tribunal, that is a public document. And a couple of things really stood out to me. A lot of people online are kind of attacking Rachel Dory, saying, oh, this is kind of par for the course. Look at her history. And I think that type of argument is unfair because you got to give her, well, you don't have to, but I choose to give her the benefit of the doubt, even though I'm not entirely sure. But then she did reiterate a couple times today that you can't lie in a document like this. Like, this is a factual, with a lawyer-assisted written document. Whereas right now the Canucks have just sent out a PR statement. It'll be interesting to see if they come up with something formal or if they respond to the complaint in writing, whatever it may be. So all to say is I saw Rachel Dory interviewed twice today. I still have my own thoughts on what I think is happening here and who to believe. But I think the bottom line here, like I've said before, is this is a really bad situation. It doesn't look good on the Canucks. It doesn't look good on her. It's just one of those things where you wish it didn't happen, but then you're kind of not surprised that it's happening to the Canucks. Yeah, and Kaya May right here. The Canucks don't look good in the Human Rights Tribunal case. Yeah, if there was a way to prove that what Rachel Dory is saying is absolutely true, then yeah, they don't look good. They don't look good because she said that the Canucks didn't send her to one of their team doctors, despite her telling them about her mental health issues and even physical health issues until 9 months into her tenure. And of course, all the stuff about Emily Castonguay being quite harsh to Rachel Dory in Rachel's words. So if that's proven to be true, then yeah, that's not a good look. But I guess the tricky thing is we don't know what is true and what isn't. Okay, enough said. Now, leave your questions and comments. We'll go for another 15 minutes or so. And let's get to the mid-show sponsor read. Thank you to my lead sponsor, Van City Experts Real Estate. Contact Jason Lim and his team for all of your real estate needs. Thank you to my secondary sponsor, Perform and Transform, Personal Training and Weight Loss. I had my monthly check-in with them today. Sign up now for a free 7-day trial. Use the link performandtransform.ca/CanuckClay, and you'll get those 7 days free, like I said, and Coach Patrick will indeed contact you. Thank you to Gassy Jack Art, maker of this fine artwork. Thank you to Monkey 9 Brewing, my eternal sponsor. And thank you to Vessi Footwear. Use the discount code CanuckClay at checkout at Vessi.com and receive $15 off every pair of Vessi shoes that you buy. My mid-show reminder to you to subscribe, to like this video, to leave donations if you want to gift memberships, to become a member, upgrade your membership, and most importantly, to keep going in the comments section. So let's get to some of your comments. Hey, Andrew, I just before you got here, I talked about how you were there with Jason. The Canucks got snowed in like Vancouver drivers did. Not bad, Justin, not bad. The Canucks D went to sleep and never woke up. Jason responds to it, but I'm not going to put that on the screen. Yes, bad joke indeed. That's funny. Hope everyone is having a good night, staying warm and staying safe. Yeah, Rosero, were you at the game tonight? I saw your picture on Facebook about you taking a picture outside in the snow, but I didn't know if that was on the way to the game. Ricky, this game wasn't as bad as my 2-hour commute home from work. Just absolute chaos. Yeah, Ricky, I'm not sure if you heard me. I said the same thing. I did my check-in with my trainer from work at 5:30, so I drove basically from 6 until 8:15. But yet, I think a lot of people had it even worse off than us. Andrew saying Jason is truly a legendary VIP. I agree. After tonight, slush after the game, I might invest in Vessi shoes. Do it, Rosero. I was wearing boots, admittedly, just to shovel my driveway, but I have been outside in my Vessis today, and they've been just fine. The effort was good tonight. Yes and no. I think the start was pretty bad. And the start, they had mental lapses, but I don't think the effort was poor. And Jason, I think, would back that up. But it's more in the big picture, just disappointing with regards to what was at stake. And yes, Shannon did celebrate a year last week, which was pretty awesome. How is the PK and power play doing for the Canucks? Despite what we saw tonight from the power play in the last game as well, the Canucks actually are still a top 5, top 6 power play, and they're a bottom 3 penalty kill. Oh, you were at the game, Rosero. Good. Jason says, I didn't have that angry feeling when we lost, so that means they tried a little bit. Jason can get angry. I've seen it, and I've received his angry texts when we're not together. Do you think a Horvat extension happens before Christmas? No. That would mean in the next month. I don't think it's going to happen that quickly, Fangirl. Did you take transit to the game, Clay? I didn't go to the game, Edmund, tonight. I'm not sure if you heard me at the start. I was actually driving home from work from 6 to 8:30. Then I had some people. I didn't say that part. We had some relatives over. And then I shoveled snow for an hour. And then I came inside to do the stream. And then I have my prayer hour. I did not go to the game because Tuesday night, usually we have bowling, but bowling was canceled tonight. Hey, fiance and I decided to go to the Christmas market downtown tonight. It was an unfortunate decision. Oh, yeah. How you tell me? I don't even know if our building will be open tomorrow, Man Ray. But thank you for popping on. And yeah, Man Ray and I, as you guys know, we work together. He actually asked me today. He goes, "How much sleep do you get, Clay?" I said 4.5 hours. Usually 2:30 to 7 is my average, which isn't great. By the way, in the chat, type in how many hours of sleep you guys usually get on average. So mine's 4.5. So do it in hours. Don't do it in minutes. That'll drive me nuts. No one on the Canucks had a good game in general, just played flat. Canucks look slow and sluggish and uninspired, possibly due to jet lag, overskating pucks and slow to make passes out of the zone. Too easy for the Caps to be all over us. Justin, you were at the game as well, right? Vesties, I see the brand being a BC Lower Mainland brand than over in Southern Ontario. Yes, because it was started here in Vancouver. Caps D was very shut down tonight. Yeah, I one thing I said to Sean as I was watching the game is, where are the odd man rushes? Where are the 2-on-1s, the breakaways, the 3-on-2s? We didn't have any of those. The Canucks really gave Garland a $4.7 million deal and whatever it is to be put up like this and be demoted to the fourth line. Yeah, Garland's got to be better. He's got to be here. Do you think Horvat will make more or less than Hintz? Some people are saying that Hintz is a better player than Horvat. I think it's going to be right around there between 8 and 8.5, Peter Hughes. Do you think Bruce was sending a message to management ownership by pulling Martin with 651? I was perplexed by a decision. I didn't see how it made sense game management-wise. Justin, truly, I think it makes a lot of sense. If you still want to try and win the game, you can pull that. Tortorella's done this too. You can pull that early because if you score, then it's 4-2, then there's no really risk to it. The downside is if they score another goal, make it 5-1, I don't think you keep the goalie out after that. You say, okay, there's no way we're going to come back. And yes, the odds are very low, but I personally don't see it as a shot at or a message at management. But I would, if someone wants to disagree with me, I'm happy to have that discussion. SkyTrain Transit is my best friend. That is nice. Kai, I wanted a Horvat extension before my birthday. I turned 20 on Sunday, and there's no way. Oh, happy early birthday, Kai. You turned. Who's got the game on? Oh no, what am I talking about? I have the game on Saturday, so I have to make sure that I greet you a happy birthday. But there's one more game before that, the Thursday game. Any big trade rumors? Not that we've heard, Tristan. Not that we've heard. No problem, Edmund. So 6 hours of sleep for you. 6.5 for Man Ray. Yes, I will be at the game on Thursday. You're in section 114. Oh, so Ricky, your 114 row 9 is so close to our 115 row 8. But I'm actually going as Marie's guest. She's singing the anthem. So I'll be wherever the anthem singer seats are. But Ricky, I think actually her anthem seats are pretty close to there as well. So I will look for you for sure. For sure. And by the way, if anyone wants to sell, we are still selling our lower bowl seats for Thursday night. So let me know if you want them. We are selling them for $350 a pair, which is basically our cost, $350 a pair or $650 for all four. So let me know if you're interested in those tickets. Hey, Japan, Horvat for sure gets more. They're 1 year apart and Bo has 100 more goals than Hintz. Yeah, it depends on how much more. Rosero 5 to 6 hours a night. J-Kid 7 hours. Fangirl 6 to 7. Peter, I can't imagine what the Canucks would look like if they never made the OEL and Garland trade. We'd have Dylan Gunther. We'd have a bunch of cap space. Yeah, that was Benning definitely trying to save his job. 6 hours, had to go to the bathroom. You mean within those 6 hours, or are those two different thoughts, Andrew? On Cloud is waterproof shoes because Vesti isn't sponsoring me. Okay, thank you, Jason. Mine is either 3, 5, 6, or 10. Well, I hope you get more than 3, Kaya. That's crazy. At the next 3. Okay, Justin, we're going to win the next 3 just for you. 5 maybe as I watch random YouTube videos on my iPad until 2 a.m. That's not enough, Coach Rob. That's crazy. Patrick Wall pulled the goalie in the second period versus the Canucks in the past. I did not know that. Rod the Bod pulls early when needed. Who's that? Who's Rod the Bod? Rod Brindamore? Who's that? Seems like Vancouverites aren't used to the snow. Lucky Northern BC hasn't gotten a lot of it, but probably coming like it always does. Yes, in Northern BC, intuitively, it would make sense that you guys are more used to it, so you'd be better in it. Vancouver drivers. I'm a good Vancouver snow driver, but there's certainly some that aren't there as well. No one in Vancouver has snow tires, and the city never salt or plows or does anything useful. Do you see the bus crash into cars? Yes, I saw the video of that. Not a good look. And why was there a car backwards facing the other way in that video? Adam, you went out and helped push some cars that were getting stuck on hill. Adam, that is good of you. We need more people like you, brother. Jason, someone buy the Thursday night's game. Yeah, we do have some giveaways for you subscribers, but they're not until the new year. But we do have some giveaways for you for sure, but not for this Thursday. Graveyard for 4 hours. My sleep patterns are messed up because of it. Yeah, that would do it. Yes, Chonger, 4.5. I know it's not great. There's a really good podcast with a sleep doctor, Matthew Walker and Joe Rogan. Okay, I might look into that. Too much info, says Bruce. Who will ask for trade forced out of the Canucks? Who will ask Forth to go out to Vancouver for one of the players? I don't know if anyone's going to demand to come to Vancouver. I don't know if anyone... you rarely hear... Unless you're Matthew Tkachuk, you rarely hear of a player asking to be traded either. So tough to answer, Tristan. We'll have to see what happens for sure. Yes, Rod Brindamore. That's what I thought. During one of the intermissions, they were saying that Kuzmenko 1 year cost will be something like $9 million. Shannon, are you sure they're talking about Kuzmenko? Because I think the most I've heard, I think it'll be between 3 and 4. I've heard between 4 and 5. Kuzmenko will not be $9 million. They must be talking about Pettersson. They must be. But let me know. Now everyone's sharing how much they go to the bathroom. Look what you started, Andrew. Yes, 9-8. I think Seattle is winning 8-6 going into the third. So then the scoring slowed down to make it 8-8 and then 9-8. That is crazy. That is, yes, Andrew. Don't video it. Don't video you singing. Don't video you going to the can. Yes, Coach Rob pulls in $9 million for sure. Alex Fraser is even crazier when you see people walking on the bridge. That is nuts. But if your car's stuck there and you're not allowed to drive on it, then I guess that's okay. But I don't know if okay is the right word. But desperate times call for desperate measures. That's crazy. Yeah, the snow could have easily delayed a flight home. 5 to 6 hours of sleep, depending on Charlie, for sure. Pod scored in Abbey. Yes, I saw that, Justin. Kuzmenko gets $9 million if he scores 60. Honestly, even if he scores 60, I don't think he gets 9 because I think some GMs are going to say, I want to see it more than one season. And when you're not playing with PD, but I understand the sentiment for sure. Yeah, -5 indeed. 9/2. The Kuzi $9 million might be in comparison to Kaprizov. Oh, maybe. The Alex Fraser is closed. Yes, we were talking about that earlier. That is so crazy. No more Mother Nature calling announcements. Yeah, that is true too. Yeah, thank you, Man Ray. Have a great night as well. Get some sleep. I would get some sleep, but I have to, as you know, it's my adoration hour tonight. Take care, Man Ray. Thank you. When is the best time weather-wise to come to Vancouver? June, July, August. If you're looking for, if in your eyes the best weather means sun, July and August. And this year, June and September were really good as well. But definitely July and August. Golden Ears was backed up on my way back. Yeah. So if the Alex Fraser, well, all the bridges are going to get backed up anyways because of the snow. But if Alex Fraser is closed, that puts more pressure on Golden Ears, Patello, anything around that area. I want to see more than one season of blank point should have been what the Canucks said to Miller. That's true, Kaya. 99 points gets you $56 million, apparently. What's the odds for us to get Connor Bedard? That's so tricky, Tristan, to say because the NHL lottery odds are based on reverse order of standing. So I can't simply sit here and say it's going to be X percent. Obviously, the worse you do, the lower you finish in the standings, the better chance you have of winning the lottery. I'll take two more questions. I'll take 2 or 3 minutes, and let's just go rapid fire. Give me on a... I want you to tell me how much this loss bothers you today on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 is like, oh man, this loss really bothers me because the Canucks could have got to 500 and hit a playoff spot. Or 1 would be, no, this loss doesn't bother me at all because the Canucks have been playing well. Ovechkin is a great player. You're coming off a long 3-game road trip. That's not really much of an excuse, but really it's more of a, sometimes you're going to have a stinker or sometimes you're just not going to get the results, and the Canucks have been playing well. So remember, 10 is this loss really bothers me. 1 is this loss doesn't bother me at all. Tell me what you're saying. Coach Rob says 8. Jason says 1. Well, this is the most calm I've ever seen Jason after a loss, to be honest with you. Rosario, it bothers him more that Ovi didn't get a hat trick. Tristan says it's an 8 plus 100. We'll go with the 8. Fangirl, just like Jason, only a 1. Taylor says it's only a 1. It's the Caps. I'm not surprised. Although the Caps, they had a worse record than us. We were 9-10-3. They were 9-11-3. So now we are 9-11-3. They are 10-11-3. So we're basically the same. You're still stuck in traffic, Peter. Dang. Chandler, what do I think of the new reverse retro jerseys? I like them better than last year's, but not enough to buy one. Kaya, 3. We could have still beat the Caps. Some goals would have been avoided, but hey. Shannon says 2. Well, I'm very impressed. Andrew says Jason is calm tonight because I hung out with them. Well, you have the opposite effect on me. So what does that mean? Caps fan Kaya is happy. Just past 5 stuck trucks on the 91. Oh my gosh. That's tough. And Ricky, 9. I was grumpy after the commute home and almost lost it when the Canucks showed up. Yeah, Ricky, that's fair. I appreciate that perspective as well. So we have some 1s and 3s. We have some 9s. Way too crazy with the snow. Absolutely. Friends, I'm going to wrap up here. I'm going to say it now. And this is not a test to see if I get a donation, but no donations tonight, which is fine. We sometimes have those drier nights. I'm not talking about the weather, and I'm certainly okay with that because of how generous you guys have been throughout my career here on YouTube. So thank you everyone for being here. Sorry to rush off, but Tuesday is the I have to allow another extra 5 minutes too to get to my church. I have to get there by midnight. So moderators, thank you. Didn't like you had to do too much tonight, and that's a good thing. Members, thank you. Legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Justin Credible, legendary Andrew Chang. Thank you for your support. Hall of Fame and franchise members, thanks to all of you as well. To all of you for watching, no matter where you're watching from, thank you for spending 35 minutes on a late Tuesday night, a snowy Tuesday night with me. I appreciate it. Sponsors, primary sponsor, Van City Experts Real Estate. Secondary sponsor, Perform and Transform, personal training and weight loss. Jason, just so I don't get skunked, gives me the $1 donation. That's still good for a choo-choo. Donation train barely sputters out of the station, but that is fine, especially Jason, is considering how much you do support me. So thank you. Let's give Jason some love in the chat. Thank you for that donation. But yes, as I was saying, thank you to Jason and Van City Experts. Thank you to Perform and Transform, personal training and weight loss. Finally, if you're on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. Tomorrow, I'll be back at 11 p.m. My usual no game to talk about, but maybe we can, maybe we'll be talking about more snow, less snow. Maybe we'll be talking about more developments, or maybe a quiet night in Canucks land. But my guess is they're going to practice tomorrow after not a great showing today. And I have a feeling we're going to start to hear more lineup news, whether it's Dermott, Studnicka, Pearson, or Phil DiGiuseppe. Okay, friends, I will really, I will take your advice and drive very carefully to my church holy hour. But thank you for all of your support, and thanks for being with me here tonight. On your way out, subscribe if you'd like to, like this video if you like to, leave a donation, become a member, upgrade your membership if you'd like to, and keep leaving comments. And yes, I will see you tomorrow night at 11 p.m. right here, same time, same place. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. I went to the doctor recently, and I told the doctor that I was having hearing problems hearing. And he said to me, well, can you describe the symptoms? And I said, sure. Homer's a big fat guy and Marge has blue hair. God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah.